If a belief system consistently asks you to silence your perception, distrust your discernment, and surrender responsibility in exchange for belonging, that is not devotion. That is control wearing sacred clothing. And noticing that is not betrayal, it is awareness doing its job. Welcome, welcome to Truth Tellers Mike. Let the class begin. When religion goes too far, there are signals long before it becomes obvious. They tend to show up quietly, softly, that are woven into everyday expectations, and that is why learning to notice them matters. One thing to watch out for is when questioning is treated as a moral failure rather than a normal part of growth. If sincere questions are met with shame, warnings, or subtle threats, something is being protected that cannot withstand examination. Healthy belief can tolerate inquiry. Unhealthy systems require silence. When autonomy becomes insulated, when authority becomes insulated. If leaders cannot be questioned, corrected, or held accountable without punishment or character attacks, power has replaced guidance. When harm is minimized to preserve reputation, the system has already chosen itself over people. Pay attention to fear-based motivation. What do I mean? When belief is sustained primarily through fear punishment, exclusion, or divine retaliation, it is no longer forming wisdom. Fear short circuits discernment and trains obedience rather than understanding. Notice how boundaries are treated. If saying no is framed as selfish, disloyal, or spiritually inferior, the system is conditioning people to override their own limits. Any belief that requires ongoing self erasure to prove devotion is unsafe. And watch for shame being normalized. When ordinary human thoughts, emotions, or struggles are constantly framed as moral defects, people learn to distrust themselves. And shame keeps people dependent because it convinces them they are always one correction away from being acceptable. Another indicator is conditional belonging. If love, support, or community are only offered when you agree, conform, or suppress parts of yourself, belonging has become transactional. True spiritual community does not require you to disappear in order to stay. Be alert for when empathy narrows. When outsiders are reduced to labels, enemies, or projects instead of being seen as full people, compassion has been replaced by ideology. This narrowing makes harm easier to justify while still feeling righteous. Finally, watch for loss of moral agency. When people are encouraged to defer responsibility upward. I was just following doctrine or I was obeying leadership. Belief has stopped forming character and started excusing behavior. Spiritual life should increase responsibility, not dissolve it. If a religious system consistently asks you to silence your perception, distrust your discernment, and surrender responsibility in exchange for belonging, that is not devotion. That is control wearing sacred clothing. And noticing that is not betrayal. It is awareness doing its job, guys. When religion goes too far, it does not announce itself as danger. It presents itself as duty. It asks for loyalty where discernment is needed. It asks for silence where honesty is required. And over time, what was meant to guide the soul begins to manage it. The sacred becomes smaller, not larger. The person becomes quieter, but not wiser. This class was not about dismantling belief. It was about restoring proportion. Belief has a rightful place in a person's life, but it is not meant to replace your own conscience, to erase your discernment, or override your lived experiences. The moment faith demands that you erase all of that to prove devotion, it has stepped beyond care and into control. True spiritual maturity does not come from how much you endure, how little you question, or how perfectly you conform. It comes from how responsibly you live, how honestly you examine yourself, and how carefully you treat others. Anything that interferes with that work, no matter how sacred it claims to be, deserves to be examined. Religion serves best when it supports the soul's growth. It fails when it demands the soul to disappear altogether. Religion goes too far when obedience replaces conscience, when authority is protected at the expense of accountability, when fear becomes the primary motivator rather than wisdom, when shame is used to manage behavior instead of inviting understanding, when questioning is framed as betrayal rather than growth, when belonging is conditional upon self erasure, when responsibility is deferred upward instead of carried personally. If you have ever felt smaller in the name of holiness, quieter in the name of devotion, or disconnected from yourself in order to belong, that feeling was not a failure. It was information. It was discernment trying to speak. You are allowed to believe without disappearing. You are allowed to question without being disloyal. You are allowed to walk with the sacred without handing over your voice. Religion does not usually go too far all at once. It moves inch by inch, quietly, respectably, wrapped in familiarity. What begins as guidance slowly becomes control, not because people are evil, but because systems that are never questioned eventually stop serving the soul and start serving themselves. Most people don't notice the crossing point when it happens. It doesn't feel dramatic. It feels like loyalty. It feels like obedience to leadership. It feels like being faithful. But somewhere along the way, the voice that once pointed you toward the sacred begins telling you who you are allowed to be, what you are allowed to ask, and how much of yourself you must surrender to remain acceptable. This class is not an attack on belief. It is an examination of what happens when belief is used to override your conscience, suppress your discernment, and silence lived experience. It is for those who sensed something was off, but were taught to mistrust that sensing. It is for those who stayed longer than their spirit wanted to because leaving felt like betrayal rather than honesty. We are going to talk about how religion drifts into excess, how it reshapes psychology, how control hides behind holiness, and how to tell the difference between devotion that nourishes and devotion that rots. This is not about losing faith. It is about recovering responsibility for your own soul. Religion goes too far when it replaces relationship with rules. In healthy religious life, belief is meant to orient you toward meaning, connection, and ethical living. When religion exceeds its proper place, rules stop serving wisdom and begin serving power. Behavior becomes more important than understanding. Compliance becomes more valuable than sincerity. And over time, people learn how to perform belief rather than live it. Psychologically, this creates a split. A person learns what they are allowed to say out loud and what must be buried. Doubt is no longer part of growth, it is treated as danger. Curiosity is reframed as temptation. Instead of integrating questions, the system teaches avoidance of them. And this is where inner tension begins. Not because the person lacks faith, but because faith has been turned into something fragile that cannot withstand examination. Religion also goes too far when authority becomes untouchable. Leaders are elevated beyond question, not because they are wise, but because the system depends on their position remaining intact. When authority is protected at all costs, accountability disappears. Harm is minimized, justified, or redirected back onto the individual who experienced it. The person in pain is told to pray harder, submit more, or examine themselves rather than being allowed to name what happened. This dynamic conditions people to distrust their own perception. If something feels wrong but is labeled holy, the system teaches the individual that the feeling must be the problem. Over time, this erodes discernment. People stop listening to internal warning signals and start outsourcing judgment entirely. This is not spiritual maturity, it is psychological dependency wearing sacred language. Religion goes too far when fear becomes the primary motivator. Fear of punishment, fear of exclusion, fear of being wrong, fear of eternal consequences. Fear is effective because it bypasses reflection and goes straight to survival instincts. When fear is embedded into belief, people obey not out of love or understanding, but out of self preservation. The divine is no longer experienced as wise or trustworthy, but as volatile and watchful. In these environments, shame becomes a management tool. Normal human experiences are framed as moral failures. Emotions are policed. Desires are monitored. Boundaries are treated as selfishness. The individual learns that belonging is conditional. Over time, people confuse suffering with virtue and endurance with holiness. Religion also exceeds its role when it demands isolation from empathy. Those outside the belief system are reduced to labels rather than seen as full people. Dialogue collapses. The world is divided into acceptable and unacceptable, saved and unsaved, clean and unclean. This narrowing makes it easier to justify harm, dismissal, and indifference while still feeling morally upright. But it is wrong. At the deepest level, religion goes too far when it interferes with moral agency. Instead of helping people take responsibility for their choices, it trains them to defer responsibility upward, right? The question is not whether belief is good or bad. The question is whether it helps you become more present, more ethical, more compassionate, and more accountable for how you live. When religion starts asking you to silence yourself, distrust your discernment, and surrender responsibility in exchange for belonging, it has gone too far. And this is not about walking away from the sacred. It is about refusing to confuse control with devotion. The sacred does not require your disappearance. It does not fear your questions, and it does not need your silence to survive. When religion is healthy, it supports the soul. When it goes too far, it replaces the soul. And learning to tell the difference is one of the most important acts of spiritual maturity there is. There's a quiet moment when belief stops being lived and starts being displayed. It does not happen through rebellion or loss of faith. It happens through repetition without reflection. Systems that are never questioned slowly stop serving the soul and begin serving their own survival. What once existed to guide people toward meaning starts prioritizing order, loyalty, and preservation of authority. When religion exceeds its proper place, rules no longer carry wisdom, they carry power. They are no longer tools for discernment, but measurements of compliance. People learn what to say, how to behave, and when to remain silent. Belief becomes something rehearsed. The inner life is no longer consulted, it is overridden. Faith turns into a performance meant to be seen rather than a relationship meant to be lived. This is where the internal split forms. A person knows what they feel but learns what they are allowed to express. Questions are contained. Discomfort is spiritualized away. Over time, people become skilled at appearing devout while slowly disconnecting from their own moral compass. The system does not require honesty. It requires consistency, and consistency is easier to manage more than truth. As belief becomes performative, the world narrows. Reality is divided into acceptable and unacceptable, saved and unsaved, clean and unclean. I said this earlier. These categories simplify complexity and remove responsibility. Once people are reduced to labels, empathy becomes optional. Harm becomes justified and dismissal can feel righteous. Indifference can be reframed as moral discipline. Now, this narrowing is not accidental. It makes control easier. When people are taught to see others as categories instead of human beings, they no longer need to wrestle with a nuance. They are they only need to apply the rules. Compassion is replaced by correctness. Relationship is replaced by judgment. And the system remains intact because it feels morally upright while causing damage. The most telling sign not is not strictness or devotion. It is what happens to conscience. Healthy religion strengthens moral responsibility. Excessive religion weakens it. People begin deferring judgment upward, right? Instead of carrying it themselves. And this is what I was told. This is what is required. And so the soul steps back while the rule book steps forward. Religion is meant to support ethical living, not replace it. It is meant to guide reflection, not silence it. The sacred was never meant to shrink your sense of responsibility or dull your awareness of harm. When belief requires performance over presence, when categories replace compassion, and when power hides behind holiness, religion has gone too far. And recognizing that is not failure, it is discernment returning to its rightful place. I want to close with this. When religion goes too far, it stops pointing people toward meaning and starts asking for surrender of yourself. What began as a bridge to the sacred turns into a system that demands obedience instead of understanding. The moment faith insists that questioning is betrayal, it has crossed the line. Religion goes too far when it replaces conscience with compliance. Instead of helping a person listen inwardly, it installs an external voice that speaks over your thoughts, over your feelings, and over your lived experiences. Belief becomes a rule book rather than a relationship. In that place, people learn how to recite answers without ever being allowed to ask real questions. It goes too far when authority is treated as holy simply because it is loud, confident, or wrapped in tradition. Spiritual leadership becomes untouchable, insulated from accountability, and protected by fear. Those harmed are told their suffering is a test, a punishment, or a personal failing rather than a signal that something is wrong. Pain gets sanctified, and silence is framed as a virtue. Religion goes too far when it demands separation from empathy. Outsiders are reduced to threats, they're enemies, they are projects that need to be corrected instead of people. Compassion narrows, love becomes conditional, belonging is offered only in exchange for your agreement in what they believe. The sacred is no longer expansive, it becomes gated. It also crosses the line when devotion is measured by how much of yourself you are willing to give up. Your intuition is dismissed, your questions are disciplined, your boundaries are interpreted as rebellion. And over time, people forget how to think, choose, and trust themselves without permission. Faith becomes something done to them, not something lived through them. And at its extreme, religion goes too far when it confuses control with holiness, when fear is used to keep people loyal, when shame is used to keep them small, when the divine is presented as watching closely for mistakes instead of drawing near for wisdom and care. In that environment, belief no longer heals, it manages. Spirit religion is to expand a person. It sharpens their discernment. It invites wrestling, honesty, and growth. It can hold doubt without collapsing. When religion loses that ability, it stops being a guide and starts being a cage. The sign that religion has gone too far is simple. It no longer helps you become more alive, more compassionate, or more responsible for your own choices. It only tells you to obey. Thank you for visiting my channel. May your soul continue to be blessed. Stay covered, stay conscious, and stay undefeated. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.